Bonjour, my name is Shelda Thom. I'm from Whitefish Bay, Ontario, Noquamingwaning First Nation, home of the Jingle Dress Dance. Jingle Dress Dance is a healing dance. It actually originated from Whitefish Bay, Ontario. The young lady that was sick, actually, her grandfather dreamt of these four ladies, came to him and came up with a healing dress called the Jingle Dress. The young girl got ill and couldn't figure out what to do because she was so ill. So one evening, her grandfather dreamt of four ladies. Well, this young girl was Maggie White. They came to him and said, we have a jingle dress here for her that will represent her, will heal her, called the medicine dress. And the dress originally has to have 365 cones on it. Well, that represents 365 days out of the year. Well, there are like two different types of dances. From like recent years, it also come out with original style, when back then it was just called jingle dress dance. So I really don't know where original style came from. Because I remember when I started dancing, I was actually 2 years old. And I started out with the jingle dress dance, but kind of moved on to fancy and then started dancing jingle again. It was like my passion. I fell in love with it. And there's a lot of teachings behind it. A lot of young ladies, even to this day, don't really know the teachings behind it. But there's two dances: contemporary, which is like the fancy footwork, and old style is just, you know, dancing and not necessarily stationary, but it's just like one simple move. When they first made them, they were actually sewed everything by hand back then. They were just like these small cones. They weren't as big as the ones that we have now. My mom, my grandpa, back then made cones themselves out of cans, you know, like the milk cans, like anything like that. Those ones are actually super loud compared to these ones that we wear now. And mind you, I still have like 5 of my original dresses that I wore when I was younger. When I was a teenager, I still have them at home. Originally, they were only side steps. We have a lodge for it, which we call the Jingle Dress gathering. In our home community, at our roundhouse, they used to have those gatherings all the time. And what they did was they just danced the side step. And there was a way to do it. There's like a unique way to dance that side step. How they dance in Minnesota now was the rounds, you know, with the the arm movements. Was only meant for the lodge. Yeah, and the jingle dress, the side step, you're not supposed to pass each other. You're supposed to stay in one line. Because if you're passing, you're breaking that circle of the healing dance. That's what it is. You know what, honestly, it has really, really evolved since I was actually younger. I took a 10-year break. I was a contemporary dancer myself. Well, I was speaking to this guy, I can't remember his name, but he goes, "Yeah, you're the one who brought out the contempt dance in Ontario." And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." So I started dancing contempt, but it wasn't as fancy as it is now. You have people like young girls kicking, and you know, your feet are always supposed to touch the ground. You're never to leave Mother Earth. That's the healing part. Back then, too, when you're dancing the old style, you're supposed to go back, start over again, because you're starting a new healing path, right? And there's like a lot of different stories that they tell you, but I try to keep what they teach me, what my mom taught me. And there's a lot of teachings that a lot of young ladies don't know, but it really evolved. It's way fancier now. The old style back then, it was just straight dancing. Feet never left the ground. But now the old style is like, it's become a little more fancier than it should be. I remember back then, Rolanda White, I believe she was a fancy dancer at the beginning. And I invited her to come to a powwow with me. And we took her, and she goes, "I want to dance jingle." And I said, "Okay, well, we'll bring you out. We'll bring you out and you'll dance jingle." And, you know, she just started dancing, and she was dancing jingle since then. So I guess it's just really the feeling of it. If you want to dance jingle, by all means, dance jingle. There's no really like any part of like just say you want to come up to me and say, yeah, you know, is it okay if I come and dance jingle? Is it okay? No, it's by all means you can go dance. If it's in your heart, dance.